Hey y'all, I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of the daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, it is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated, really and truly, my lovers. Okay, welcome to any new subscribers. Okay, I'm so happy to have you. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give our wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time, okay? So this is an Archangel Michael reading. But I'm gonna get the overall energy first. But at the bottom of the deck, we got a transformation. Okay, so you could be going through some sort of transformation, some sort of metamorphosis at this time. You could be seeing a lot of synchronicities, and I think a lot of different energies that maybe you didn't expect to come in are coming in. I'm hearing like you could be having a bit of a hard time. We got forgiveness right here. Okay, just try to forgive everyone and every situation that you come into contact with that you really don't like. Okay, like just know that this is all building up to like to another place, to a higher energy is pretty much what I'm hearing. But it's just like it can be a little bit taxing on your energy sometimes when you're going through a transformation and you're getting like spiritually attacked from people. It could just be a lot. So Archangel Michael is asking you to like take your time with yourself. You know what I mean? Really cater to your own energy. Take a salt bath or whatever if you don't feel like your energy is right. Okay, do some yoga, go outside. Just do something to switch up your energy whenever you feel like it's a little bit low. I mean, even if it gets low and you have certain things that you need to deal with in that moment. We got water at the bottom of this deck. You know what I mean? You could have things that you need to deal with in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So deal with it, but then come back to that place where you remember that you're a warrior and that you can handle anything that you might be going through or that you might be experiencing that you may not like. What's the overall energy? So we got harmonic resolution. It says negativity, anger, and transmutation. Okay. So that's kind of perfect. Like if you run into any negativity, or find yourself feeling anger about the negativity that you seem like, like you can feel like all you know is negative, angry people, and it's so much more frustrating because they hide their anger and negativity behind smiles and, niceties. And that could be really irritating, okay? So just try to have that patience with yourself. You could be at life path number 1 or 11 or 9. 10 could be a significant number. You could be seeing 1010 at this time, okay? You could be, I'm hearing house 10. I'm not gonna pretend like I know what goes on in the 10th house. So I'm gonna have to find out for you. I'm gonna tell you in a second. But we got forgiveness at the bottom of the deck again, and we got the sacred portal. So also you could be unlocking more of your creative energies, unlocking, like if you do have a lot of negative people around you or you've dealt with a lot of negative people in the past, it's like you have a lot of things that you're still healing from at this time, when it comes to your creativity and when it comes to the way that you do intimacy or the way that you show love. So that's why Archangel Michael's asking you to have that patience with yourself and just continue to be in the creative energy because it really is healing everything about you, baby, okay? What did I say? I said the 10th house. It says the 10th house is located at the top of a birth chart, also known as the midhaven or cusp of a zodiac sign. It is considered the house of work, reputation, and social status, and it can help people chart their career path. Okay, so this is pretty much what Archangel Michael is helping to work with you on, your public image, your professional aspirations, reaching these beautiful achievements in your career. You could be about to run into a little bit of fame, you could be about to receive some promotions, honors, career awards. It says chances for advancement and leadership style, so you're stepping more into your natural flow, your leadership style that it is that you offer. And I feel like, that's why you could be running into like a little bit of negativity. It's not you. You just need to call the negativity when you see it. You know what I mean? When you get the chance and really transmute that out of your energy. Because sometimes you do have to deal with that anger or whatever it is that might come up, um like in the moment. That's why I was saying with that water energy, sometimes you do have to go through that little emotional thing, but then you get back up. You tell yourself, like, you know what, I'm a spiritual warrior, I got this. Everything that I need to take care of or handle, I have the capabilities to do so. And just stay very focused on what it is that you're trying to build. It says Capricorn energy. It says this house naturally corresponds to Capricorn energy, whose workaholic tendencies and ambitious goals are commonly known. Okay, so you also might be a bit of a workaholic, but Archangel Michael's saying, like, are you doing work that you love to do, because I feel like it's a lot harder to follow your dreams, you know what I mean? It's a lot harder to try to step out of like the workforce, So I know a lot of y'all, I mean, a lot of us, still have like regular types of jobs that we also do, So he's saying, like, try not to really tire yourself out too much, and try to look at things from this higher perspective. Know that you're not putting all of this work in for nothing, okay? It says the cosmos awakening in unity. And it's also this energy of like you attract things very effortlessly. I love that the Seven of Pentacles is right here at the bottom of the deck. You working very hard to harvest and it paying off. Your big harvest has created other little opportunities for you to entertain. But it's like you could be dealing with a little bit of anxiety. You could even still be holding on to certain thoughts and things about certain happenings that have gone down in your life, or even things that you could be dealing with at this time, So Archangel Michael is saying with this Four of Pentacles to go ahead and release that and trust the downloads and messages and nudges that you're having to come in, because you could be a little bit worried about if you're going to run into this heartbroken energy again. But Archangel Michael is saying no, judgment has already been called, so you don't have to feel so burdened or so worried. Like, now, from now on, you're only going to be running into this loving, harvesting type of energy. But it's very important that you make sure that you take the time to really be forgiving of things, and I know it's easier said than done, it's definitely easier said than done. And it's almost like every day now I've been finding out shit that I need to forgive, and just, if you could feel like that too. So just don't let the things that you need to forgive be something that piles up and becomes something that's a burden to you, or something that's like heavy on your heart. Let me see what's going on outside of you. Yeah, we got attacks. And that's what I was saying. I said you're going through these upgrades and you're getting attacked from the outside, So it's like a little bit of a pull on you because you're very powerful, baby, okay? You can probably feel every damn thing. It says random attempts to disable your power and knock you off balance, secret plots to take you down and bring you to a more weakened state. But it's like that only can happen if you are dwelling in the anger. You know what I mean? If you are being in the negativity too much, it can be a lot on you. We got peaceful passageway. I just touched my notebook, so I guess that means it's time for the notes real quick. I'm going to tell you the note real quick. But this says choose serenity. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to get real creative with this ingenuity type of energy. Sometimes you have to get real creative with how you still find a way to forgive and be nice to people, knowing everything that you know, and having them sit up in your face and smile and pretend like everything you know is some bullshit or fake or like la la la. I just didn't hear that. So just don't let that be something that gets to you, because really that's where the satisfaction comes from with them. They really need that validation. They need that energy of you being upset, really. So I was sitting here after one of these readings, and I quoted Sausage Party, the movie. I said, I'm not a soft taco, I'm a hard taco, right? And so that's just what it is, you know. It's like at the end of the day, you're not a soft taco, okay? You a hard taco. And um it's very important for you to like remember that, you know. But it's like the taco, it's like the taco, whether the taco is hard or soft on the outside, it's always kind of soft on the inside, you know what I mean? It's always the same on the inside, and it's different to everybody how they want their taco, you know. But also Sausage Party, the movie itself, the whole concept of the movie is kind of like the Matrix, you know what I'm saying? The store is equals the Matrix is what I wrote. The way that the food's reality was disrupted when they found out what happens to food, okay? So in Sausage Party, for those of you who don't know, okay, it's like this adult cartoon movie, you know, and it's about this all the food that, you know, live in the store, and they're all happy, you know, they're in this great happy, you know, like haze. They don't really understand. They really want to get picked by the people and want to go home with them, you know, but there's this one scene where the food goes home with the person, you know, and then it's like a slaughter almost, you know what I'm saying? The way the food was reacting, you know, and then some dude in the movie takes bath salts and he becomes aware that the food is alive, you know what I'm saying? And so it's actually kind of cute, but it's a little bit over, you know, a little hypersexual if you ask me. But, you know, it's still a pretty interesting movie, you know, and so that's what I was saying, the way that the food's reality was disrupted when they found out what happens to food, you know. So I feel like in the past, you could have wanted a lot of people, you know, to pick you, to take you home with them, or, you know, for to go with them and discover that new opportunity or whatever it is that happens outside of where you were before you went with them. But then when you went with them, you could have like came to the realization that this is a slaughter, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what they wanted to do to you. They wanted to take over your energy and things like that, you know, wanted to eat you, didn't want to take you home as a pet or as something they could love. They didn't have your well being at heart, you know what I mean? They weren't the soul family that you thought that they would be. When you were seeking the light, they were dwelling in the darkness, trying to take that light. So it's like now that you have broken out of that matrix type of mentality, it's up to you to have that self control and also to practice that self preservation that it takes to do this journey in the best way that's the most comfortable for you know? Because I definitely feel like you step into this energy where you're ready to be of service with spirit, and you might even be in this new youthful energy like, wow, you know, things are so amazing, you know, my optimism has just come back out of nowhere, you know, and that's really great, Archangel Michael is saying. But just know that, like, just because you're seeking the light, because you're on this light quest, because you're such a visionary and you want to see the best in everyone, you're not always going to find that there. So it's very important for you to like keep yourself aware, okay, and let that be. But don't keep yourself aware from a place of like anger and distrust. Keep yourself aware from a place of self-preservation. That's the polarity of that energy is what he's saying. That overprotective, you know, of yourself, mistrustful type of energy. The flip side of that is being very self-preserving, that higher perspective energy where you're looking at it as if this is something I must do to protect and love myself properly. Not in a place from like, oh my God, you know, they're going to get me with these attacks, you know. It's just that you're empathic, baby, like I said before, you know, and you have the ability to pick up on all of these emotions and energies around you. You're so highly sensitive to energies and you're able to feel what others are feeling. Sometimes they're not even attacking you, you know what I'm saying? They just don't like themselves, so they're just very jealous of you. But I feel like, you really are like the epitome of health. I feel like you really do indulge in loving and caring for yourself. And I think that could be like your main focus. So when you feel the energy of attacks, or you feel all this hate and animosity coming off of bitches, and you're just like, what? Why? Like, I'm not even worried about you. I'm minding my own business. And it just make you want to fuck them up. I know. I really know, okay? But it's like they don't deserve that kind of energy from you. At the end of the day, that anger would be a disruption to your self preservation. And we don't have time for disruptions. We got time for this time jumping, though. So go ahead and jump that timeline on them. And don't let these psychic vampires win by letting them take you to an angry and negative place, You could be dealing with some sort of like high level demon or something like that. And Archangel Michael totally has your back through this entire thing. So don't worry. Like, your angels are really covering you, especially he's saying like we cover you heavily when you're going through a transformation, or when you're, stepping up to the next level, because we know there's a place of vulnerability right there. You could even be receiving some sort of teacher upgrade or something like that, and there could be a lot of gossip surrounding what you're doing and where you're trying to go and how you're trying to do it. But at the end of the day, none of that shit matters. All of that gossip dies when it falls on wise ears. So don't worry about how the people that are important to you in your future are going to look at you, because they're going to see you for the star that you always have been. And that's why you ain't got nothing to be angry about. Okay? Protection. You're so protected. It says divine protection due to being of a higher calling, having divine favor, okay? Surrounded by a spiritual firewall of protection. And it says, hard to conquer. You are extremely hard to conquer. And this confuses the shit out of people. And it makes them even more angry, and make them send even more negativity and hate, makes them try to figure out even more ways to burden you. But I'm hearing but it's no business of mine how you waste your time. Yeah, okay, so it ain't no business of yours how they waste their time, okay? I bet you miss what you had. You can't get no sleep at night. Do you ever wonder why everyone is out to get you every day? And do you question anything? Okay, it's like they're not even worried about what is even important. They're not focused on this growth. They're not holding the star power that you hold just yet, because they haven't gone within to figure out who they are. They're still trying to do food magic. They're not even worried about clearing their own energy. This could even be baby witch energy doing this black magic. Okay? And all that shit get reversed every time. So there's nothing for you to worry about and nothing for you to fear, baby. And you're in this place where you're about to be placed under the spotlight. You're about to start drawing even more people in to receive whatever energy it is that you have to offer them. So trust your guidance and trust that your healing that you've done up to this point is valid. And also, if you do get angry, that shit is valid too. But don't let that anger take over you, is all Archangel Michael is saying. Come back to center and remember the growth that you have made. Somebody might be trying you, baby. The way Archangel Michael is talking, they're trying to try you, boo, because they feel like you're in a weakened state. But they've never seen nothing as strong as you. You got the shark spirit, okay, with a clearer perspective. And that's what is being brought into you at this time. And that's also the number 33 card. So you're definitely on this road to mastery. And you're so good at it. But if you transmute a lot more, it will probably be a lot easier on you and a lot lighter on your energy. You'll feel a little bit more lighter and free. And he said lighter foods also. Try eating lighter foods, okay? I stopped eating meat. I haven't eaten meat for a while. Okay. I even tried making some of them impossible meatballs, but I made them from scratch. They was fire. And I was like, okay, I could do this. Just try eating lighter, even if you do like a pescatarian type of thing for a while. Because this really does also have an effect on your energy. Also, being very aware of what it is that you eat. Eating consciously, okay? eating strawberries and being like, like this is gonna be great for my root chakra. You know what I mean? Something so small like that. Having that kind of awareness about what you're putting in your mouth, about, even saying something as small as like, oh, I wish to take on the properties of these herbs I'm about to eat. Even if you don't know all the properties of those herbs you're about to eat, spirit does. And there's a reason why you're called to eat those kinds of things. So be aware of that type of energy too. And also just watch what you eat. Don't be eating everybody's food and stuff like that, okay? Like I used to just be eating all kinds of it was easy, okay? I was making it easy on them. Because I was just, but I mean, I just didn't know, I didn't have that type of awareness. It says shark spirit. Hold on, let me find it. Okay, so it's on page 111. Come on. So you could be seeing ones. But I think your intuition is really on hit at this time. And that could cause a little bit of irritation too, because it's like, nah, my intuition, you could be in that place where it's like, my intuition is correct. And that's why I'm angry, but try not to be there. Try to come away from that and come into more of a place of self preservation where you're happy because you know that happiness is going to get you everything that you ever need in life, even if you only need a little bit of stuff or if you don't like a whole bunch of stuff. The affirmation says, I am open to seeing my fears in a new light, as I may have perceived my reality in a way that hasn't been serving me. I am letting go no, I am letting that go so I can experience a new opportunity filled with love, joy, friendship, and peace. Who knows what is possible when I alter my perspective, okay? So that's right on point. The sacred meanings, it says face fears. Fear may be self created, deeper experiential education, change your perspective, alter your beliefs, become more introspective, and awaken to the creativity of infinite possibilities. It says, how exciting that the shark spirit has surfaced for you. The sacred shark spirit is one of the most misunderstood fish in the sacred sea. And you could really feel very misunderstood. And also, I'm hearing feeling really unappreciated, taking my love for granted, babe. I don't know how much more I can take from you. Okay, so you could be feeling just totally misunderstood and totally underappreciated for the beautiful light that you are. It says, this epic being of strength, power, and force has a majestic message for you. What you think you may be seeing may not actually be real. Contemplate aspects of your life that appear to be filling you with fear and use the sacred sea ritual to dive deeper into this introspective self discovery. You may be shocked by what you uncover. Are they really truths or are they actually self made or society based myths? Sharks are kind, docile, peaceful creatures that are ready for you to see them as such. Even being able to shift your fears around the actual shark spirit essence can transmute eons of misguided fear and suffering within your own personal life, along with the collective consciousness. What fears can you face to make your reality a more peaceful place? It says, take a moment to meditate on the energy of the shark, honoring all of your preconceived ideas, experiences, and feelings about them. Question whether they are truths or myths or manifestations of fears, misused power, and horror. No, it says, yeah, okay, that's what it said. It says, breathe deeply and see this within yourself. Are you willing to change the fabric of your reality by changing the way you think and perceive it? Are you willing to release these notions to allow for a new perspective and experience? Do you want to be freed from fear and make room for joy and happiness? What do you get to realize? Let go of let go of and burn up. hold on, my bad. I'm sorry. It says, what do you need to realize, let go of, and burn up in order to make room for infinite possibilities of grace, ease, and joy into your life? These answers can be as potent and powerful as the shark spirit itself. Welcome this new perspective, as you never know what magical opportunity awaits you on the other side. Okay, so Archangel Michael is calling you to do some shadow work, and also you could be real complainy, real fussy. I felt like I was very like fussy and nitpicky this morning when I woke up, just complaining about my circumstances and what it is that I don't like. So try to stay away from that energy. I even stopped myself like, Spirit, is this significant? It was like, yes, okay, you need to use that. We got the axe, okay, with this separation type of energy. It says stop the pattern. So there's a certain way of thinking or a certain cycle of thoughts that always leads you to this angry type of energy, and Archangel Michael wants to bring you a clear perspective on that. So if you do sit and ponder these types of things, you can call on Archangel Michael first, and he'll come in and work with you on that. What's harmonic resolution? We got date. Okay, so this is giving me that energy of you having this meeting with spirit, but also I think you could be about to meet someone new. Maybe in the past you were a chaser, or you were like very codependent. You could have really had you could have actually had some sort of breakup or something. Maybe somebody could be contacting you trying to have this date again with that person. And it says fear of abandonment issue. We got stabbed in the back. Okay, so this is giving me like a whole story, low key. These three cards, like maybe you got with someone, you went on a date with them, you know what I mean? You could have become the chaser in that relationship, and it doesn't even necessarily. That's why I said the date is giving me more like meeting with Archangel Michael, but it doesn't have to be just Archangel Michael. You could have met a friend or anyone, where you were genuinely being trying to be the best friend or the best lover or the best family member or whatever that may be. You were trying to just be the best you that you could be in that situation. But because you were a little codependent still, you became the chaser. You were still in your people pleaser energies, and I feel like this made them feel like it was okay for them to stab you in the back, and maybe you didn't even see this deception or this shocking attack coming. We got healing heart though right here at the bottom of the deck, because this is exactly where you are, in this beautiful place where you're healing from all of these heartbreaks of the past. You have received this beautiful energy of freedom, like you're so free. It says relationship or addiction, so you could have even struggled with addiction a little bit in the past for some of you. And with this camera energy, it says reminiscing. Okay, so that could be what these memories are from, from all the ways that these people stabbed you in the back in whatever ways. But you have to look at these people like they helped you, because they truly did, baby. Without all of that backstabbiness and all of that hater shit, you never would have realized your true power. You never would have came into harmonic resolution with the universe like you are in right now. So it's very important for you to change your perspective in that way. In order to enter this energy of paradise and happiness, you have to create that nice, empty, clear paradise and happiness within yourself. It says happiness, expansion, and joy. It says playfulness, oneness, and enjoying each other. And also, this could be, and that's what I was saying when I said you could be attracting someone new, but first you're needing to continue your healing, baby. You're just not done healing yet. And sometimes we are still healing, but we feel so good and we feel like we're ready and we feel like we're over that. And that's how we end up jumping from relationship to relationship in our past. So Archangel Michael's, that's why he was saying, really take that time to preserve yourself, to go through your transformations, and to feel your feels and get yourself straight and back in balance before you try so hard to like attract people. But you don't even have to try. I feel like I heard like beelining your way. Okay, so these people are definitely headed toward you, being like magnetically pulled to you the more healing that you do. So that's why it's smarter to just focus on your healing rather than focusing on, who or what you can attract. If you just focus on God and focus on what it is that you're supposed to be doing, everything else falls in line behind that. We got addiction, okay? It says codependent, obsession, possession, controlling. He has a block or a restraint. You could be looking at yourself like you're being blocked or like you're being restrained, but really it's not that. You just need to do a little bit of shadow work. Because, like I said, you've stepped into this beautiful energy of freedom. You've freed yourself from toxic things, but it's almost like you could have a bit of an addiction, okay? Like, hear me out. I'm not trying to attack you, but I just want you to, like, be very clear. Like, he wants me to be kind of brutally honest. And I don't want to, like, offend. But there's something within some part of you, some codependent part of you that's still healing, and that's the part of you that still has the ability to, like, obsess over things, you know what I mean? Or to see your past situations as if, you lost all of these possessions or you lost this energy that you used to possess in some sort of way. Part of you might even feel kind of indecisive sometimes because there's not someone constantly trying to control what you're doing or where you're going. Like, if I'm being quite honest, I came from this codependent addiction type of energy, okay? I was deep in addiction, okay? I'm talking about, like, it was terrible, okay? And, I was also in a very codependent relationship and I had become the chaser. And that person eventually stabbed my ass in the back, okay? And now I'm in this place where I feel so much better and I feel like, nothing ever went wrong. Everything went just right. Because I swear, it was a very specific, like, sequence of events that got me to this place, to this energy. And it's the same way with you. You just have to do a little shadow work and dig deep to see that. And maybe that energy that feels blocked or that feels like, you're restrained in some sort of way will go ahead and ease up if that's what you're experiencing. We got self indulgence. So, yeah, focusing on yourself, finding every single little piece of your self-worth. And it also says time to heal. It says shadow work and it says self-appreciation, okay? And then it says karmic relationship. It says fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. Beautiful. It's perfect. So that's what it is. And we got hand of cards right here. It says take a chance, a risk. It says being strategic. It says options, and it says not showing hand. So you could definitely, like I was saying in the beginning, have some negative people, excuse me, who are still around. That's confirmation, trying to be in your energy or trying to convince you that they changed in some sort of way because now they see your heart healing and they see you headed towards paradise and they want to get you back into this addictive, codependent type of energy. And the best way to trigger that type of reaction out of you is to make you angry or make you react to them in some sort of way, because then they gain this small control over you. Whenever you get angry at someone or you, like, really entertain the bullshit, you give them a piece of your energy. You give away all your money. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful not to give people who have, put you in this Ten of Swords energy the time of day. Archangel Michael saying they just really don't deserve it. And you really know with your heart and with your mind who deserves that shit. And with this Knight of Pentacles energy, like I said before, they just see what's coming, okay? They know what's on the way. We got Lovers right here, okay? And we got the Four of Wands under that. Like, you have a real, if this is a relationship, no matter what it is, I feel like soul family is really the conversation that we're having here. So the people who are really for you, the people who are the lovers of you, it is your justice that they will always be attracted to you. But it's all about you embracing the death energy truly and really burning away those things and giving real forgiveness and attention to that. Even if you got to sit around and cry and, sometimes, like, I'll be like, okay, spirit, you know what I mean? But I have that time of spirit, I really handle my things emotionally. I really do try. I try to keep that emotional balance within myself because from my past experience, I know what happens when it gets out of control and it's just become something that I can't handle. Like, I'm so grateful for my clearer perspective. And I think you do have a clearer perspective, but there is times where you're still allowing things to trigger you, and I'm totally right there with you. These are things that we're still healing together, baby. Okay, what is this date energy with this protection? We got the 6 of cups. Okay, so like I said, definitely past energy. I'm hearing like it all started with the coffee date, or something like this. It all started here, like almost this energy of like you thinking about a good moment, but then it turning, you know what I mean, and shifting into something that's kind of negative because you haven't really learned the lesson from that thing yet. And that's totally fine. Like I said, this is not an attack, but this is just something that Archangel Michael wants you to look at. You know, you can reminisce. That's perfectly fine. We're people. Sometimes we're gonna do that. You know what I mean? We really like our memories and our happy things that we have been through, and we like to bring them back up and feel the feelings and have that moment of enjoyment. But if it's something that you haven't learned the lesson from, it can definitely turn into something that eventually triggers you and becomes something that lives rent free in your head. And I think this is something that Archangel Michael really needs you to avoid while you're going through such a powerful transformation. What's the chaser? We got the Emperor. It's like now that you've stopped chasing, you've stepped into this beautiful, stable energy, but also it's like you were chasing this person because, or these people, because you thought that they were going to bring some sort of stability to your life. And all they did was like left that shit in shambles. But also, they taught you how to love yourself. They taught you that everything that you need is contained within you. They taught you that God and your connection with the divine is your real true happiness, and everything else is just a product of that. They taught you that you can handle yourself very well in conflict and that you know exactly how to bounce back from that shit. And no one could ever stop this passionate movement forward that you've started to make now that you're healing your heart. So they taught you so many better things you could think about rather than the ways that they hurt you. Because you are this beautiful empress fertile type of energy. Okay, we got the Ace of Swords. Like, you really are standing in your truth, and you could even be having, like I said you could be in a youthful energy, or that could be the energy that you're about to step into, where you're having all of these new ideas and you're experiencing a whole nother level of happiness because you're just genuinely satisfied with where you are. And you could even be in a hard place, and it could be hard to be genuinely satisfied where you are, especially when you get into this and you know all of the truth and you find out the reasons why you still fucking right here where you are. Trust me, baby, I understand. It can be so infuriating, and it can make you want to do crazy shit. Okay, but don't do nothing crazy. Just stick with the process and keep giving yourself that beautiful feminine energy that you need in order to carry on through this healing. And just know that it's like, having a wound and somebody just touching it. You like, like, what's wrong with you? This is how triggers kind of are. Like, oh, it's cool the rest of the day. Only it only bothers me. Say I got a scratch right here. Only it only bothers me like if I bump it on the table or something like that. Something that triggers a painful reaction. It's very important that you go within and figure out what those triggers are and what are those things tied to. Are they tied to something like codependence? Is it something that is really a childhood wound, but just really that got really opened up in this last relationship or whatever? Because these sorts of things, these obsessive thoughts and things like that, they can be very sneaky. But Archangel Michael's also saying that pinpointing these things and really healing them and really focusing on them and pouring love into yourself, into those types of triggers and things like that, really can have these blessings and wish fulfillment sneaking up on you in a different way. This is like subconscious energy. I like these types of readings. What self-indulgence and karmic relationship? The world, okay? So this is all about you realizing that that cycle is closed. Okay, what did I learn? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the best. It wasn't the most fun. Maybe I learned I just don't like people like that. Maybe I learned I'm not willing to accept conditional love. Maybe I learned that, hey, I am like kind of beautiful. I'm kind of great. You know what I mean? I'm kind of awesome. Like, what is it about you that's so amazing? This is going to bring you more into the feeling of the beautiful, passionate new beginning. You know what I mean? The feeling that the wheel has turned in your favor and take you out of that place where you're constantly juggling these thoughts in your mind. And they will also change your public image and how others perceive you. You know what I mean? With the Six of Wands energy. But also the Six of Wands is giving me this energy of you like grabbing it, grabbing the thought or whatever it is that could be burdening you and bringing it out into the light, giving it public recognition in that way, where you recognize it and therefore your angels and guides can recognize and assist you in healing that as well, and this is how you'll get to that place where you don't feel so stuck or you don't feel like you're just back in this place. This is the real work that the magician does in order to keep that magic so powerful and beautiful, and also to be in that place where your mind is clear. We got the Two of Swords and not, pulled between two different ways of thinking. And look at her. Doesn't she look kind of angry, with these two different ways of thinking in her hand? One minute she's probably very happy, and the next she's ready to attack because this is how it has always been for her and what she has always had to do. But Archangel Michael's saying that now at this place, it's time for you to celebrate and to uphold your potential. And like I said in the beginning, to know that your hard work is paying off and the things that you're harvesting are turning into more things. But it always is going to require that sacrifice, the sacrifice of the negative energy, the sacrifice of the burdens, the sacrifice of the tape that you replay in your head. You don't need it. That's what you sacrifice in order to get to a higher level of energy and to get to a higher level in your career, okay? When you're doing things the right way, those are the types of things that you're really giving up. And I mean, it's like a win-win if you ask me, okay? But we got this divine creation energy because this is where you was always meant to sit, baby. And your spirit team is just waiting for you to be accepted of your own self. And when it comes to your personal commitments and the euphoria that you feel within, that you get to that place where you're boosting it up and it is just something that you feel on a constant basis. We got energy attachments, and that's kind of what these old thoughts can be. It says energy exchange, though. And so that's what I was saying. This is what they want you to do, sacrifice these negative influences and these self-sabotaging behaviors or self-sabotaging thoughts to the divine. It said crystal book, okay? This one might be kind of long, okay? So we got lilac lepidolite, which is interesting. I never opened it to this page. And also we got Libyan gold tektite. Okay, I don't know if you can see this because I can't see it right. There you go. So the Libyan gold tektite is talking about confidence, mental acuity, psychic protection, access to Akashic records, manifestation, realization of personal potential. Okay, so this is what he's wanting you to do with this energy. Okay, to clear it out in order to step into more confidence. It says the elements are fire and storm. Okay, so a firestorm type of energy where you're
burning up
everything, that is no longer serving you as far as your thoughts and emotions go. It says that it works with all chakras, especially the solar plexus and the sacral chakra or the sexual/creative chakra. And that's what it is like, and that's why you could be feeling a bit of a block. If you're a writer, you might have writer's block, or if you're, it could be showing up as some sort of block, because spirit is like, hey, you need to stop and deal with this. You have a little bit of conflict going on in your subconscious, and we really want you to focus on this and give yourself that attention that you need. It says it's a powerful fire element stone with storm element overtones. It strongly stimulates all the systems of the body, but particularly helpful in aiding digestion, metabolism, and the endocrine system. It says it activates all chakras, bringing the golden ray of illumination into the energy field. Okay. So, trying to bring in this beautiful golden ray of energy into you, but needing you to empty yourself out and make room for that. The affirmation says, I claim my rightful personal power, drawing on my recalled knowledge and wisdom gained through many lives, okay? And I use it to manifest to the highest good. And this life is no different from the other lives that you are calling back your energy and wisdom that you gained from. You have to do the same with this. And it's so convenient for you because you figured out how to do it while you're still alive, and not doing this in the next life. So, like, also this energy of you being very lucky and trying to be, as optimistic as you can. I heard glass half full. The keywords for this: lilac, lepidolite. Maybe lilac could be something good for you to work with, or working with either of these crystals could be very beneficial for you. It says the keywords are soothing the emotional body, relieving stress, enhancing meditation, peace, serenity, love, and divine connection. So this is all about just increasing your connection to the divine, baby. I tell you guys all the time, yes, I do those readings where I'm exposing and I'm telling and I'm talking that shit. But at the end of the day, this is what the journey really truly is about. This is what I really like to do with these cards, to dig deep and get into the deep emotional situations and thoughts and happenings that could be going on within you, so that we can get that up out of you and get you standing and shining like the king or queen that you have always been. So make sure that when it comes to anger or negativity, that you remember that in those moments. Like, wait a minute, I'm protected. And why do a bitch think, what's that song? Love that you'd like to assume I'd waste a single second on you. But I've got better people to leave on red. Don't let it all go to your head. You know what I mean? That energy of, bitch, I don't even have time to deal with you. Like, it's so many other better people I could deal with in this world. I know I'm connected to you and I do love you. But at the end of the day, if you're on some negative energy, I just cannot. Like, how am I going to preserve myself if I'm open to that type of shit and just don't even entertain it? Giggle at it a little bit, and you'll find just a huge shift with just that little thing. And paired with that shadow work, you know what I mean? That physical work and that change in diet, it's all undeniable. And it makes things so much clearer when it comes to getting answers, and when it comes to what's your next step, and when it comes to receiving these big downloads from your cosmic guides and angels. The affirmation says, I am attuned to my divine presence and am filled with peace, love, and joy. This is beautiful, Archangel Michael. Thank you so much. What else? Okay. So what's a clearer perspective date and the Six of Cups? Okay, we got two. We got sacred space and we got energy medicine, okay? So it's like these are things that you've already mastered in your past life. You're already a master at giving yourself and others the best energy medicine that's needed at that time. All you need to do is go within your sacred space and really visualize the positive outcomes that you want to see. Visualize yourself receiving clarity. Visualize yourself being so lucky and attracting everything that you ever needed. Visualize obstacles in your path literally being removed. Your imagination is a tool. It's not just there for no reason. And that's why it's not good to be dwelling on old things and imagining up that old situation, because that's how you manifest that same energy again. And that's what we want you to go away from, okay? What's the chaser, the emperor, and protection? Ooh, they're jumping for you, my love. Okay, we got universal Merkaba. It says a sacred purpose. You have the answer in lucid dreaming. You know, you could even be dreaming about these people, but not because they want you to dwell on it, but because they want to make clear what it is that you need to transmute with this violet fire energy, you know. It says transmutation, detoxification, psychic vision, and constant distraction. You could even be having people sending you these kinds of thoughts so that this is what you'll be focusing on. Maybe they're sucking out your energy because this type of thing is a window for someone to get into your energy and just pull, pull on, or like I said something about them poking the wound, okay? Somebody could be trying to poke your wounds. And so, though you're very protected, it doesn't stop you from feeling the psychic energy of the act of them trying to enter into that wound. But it's just so, that spirit's way of saying, go and close that damn window. Okay. What is it we need to look at? Because it's getting drafty in here. Okay. What's stabbed in the back? The Five of Wands and protection. We got light body, like your light body has really awakened and you're looking beautiful. You're looking crowned, even though you still have a little bit of healing to go. But it's all about you embracing your independence and allowing that independence to bring comfort, but not being so closed off to where you're not open to other people bringing you comfort. It says past restrictions and ancestral healing. This healing that you need to do, or that you have done, or that you're focused on doing right now, because it's different for everyone, is something that's going to like clear some sort of ancestral wound that has been going on, with your line. Okay, this is what I'm hearing. What's healing heart, the Knight of Wands, and the clearer perspective. We got Lord Melchizedek, okay? It says indecision, ego-based actions, and lifestyle change, I feel like you're long past that energy where you were making ego-based decisions. But it's just, he's asking you to do, is to do a little bit more introspection, to get more investigative of how you work, how you tick, and how you do the things that, everyone's always telling you can do. Excuse me. And all of these things could be better understood with just a little bit more meditation, or starting your meditation with that question. Really interact with your divine guides, because they're a lot more help than I think we give them credit for at the beginning of our journey, or before we realize how active they actually are in our lives. They really are very helpful. And when you tell them or ask them to do something, to do a job, they really do it, and they do it just right. They do it in the way that you need it done. So also make sure you leave a little wiggle room. I'll ask, Archangel Gabriel, could you work on my throat chakra while I'm asleep? Could you make sure that it's clear, that it's operating properly, that I'm communicating to the collective what it is that they need to hear when they need to hear it? And also to download any other energies that you feel I may need along with that. You know what I mean? And I might hear another angel's name and know exactly what I need to ask for next in that prayer. So this kind of connection with yourself is very important, not only to you, but to the divine. If you're still struggling with codependence and trust issues, it still plays out with your relationship with the divine, because you don't believe your own messages and things like that. It can, manifest in your energy in so many ways. So Archangel Michael just wants you to be very mindful. I know this is long, but, he's really talking. Okay, what's paradise, the Ace of Swords, the Empress, and clear perspective. And it takes as long as it needs to take, We don't put a time limit on spirit, baby. Okay, we got consciousness. So you're definitely going to be able to do this if this is something that you need to do, because you've already made the biggest step just by being so self-aware, self-aware enough to even be in this reading this long. You have made some very powerful personal realizations, and I think you're still dealing with people, certain prejudices in your life, and you're doing just great. You're handling it fine, and like I said, even if you do get angry, it's okay, but it takes a little bit of your energy. If you're going to get angry, at least call your energy back after you do. But no, you're on a much higher level than you think you're at, baby. And you need to give yourself some credit for that. And it'll be a much easier after you do this shadow work. What's addiction? The Seven of Swords and clearer perspective. Whoop. Oh, we got the Dharma wheel at the bottom of the deck, baby. Okay, so we got light activation. It says evolution of spirit, actioning of plans, and transcendence. And this is what I was saying. This getting rid of this energy, because this is going under the addiction and the Seven of Swords, like this is leading to such a beautiful place of transcendence. Like you're going through a transformation that's elevating your whole spirit right now. But it's important that you learn these karmic lessons and things that you've been through, and that you don't give into peer pressure and you stick to what it is that you're meant to be doing. And that's how you'll continue to receive this Dharma energy back, or how you'll start to see that Dharma type of energy flow more into your life more freely, With self-indulgence, the world, and clearer perspective, and karmic relationship. We got temple secrets, okay? It says secrecy, isolation, observation, and ritual magic, And I think that this is pretty much what he's saying, because shadow work, I mean, it sounds kind of interesting. I never really heard it like that, but shadow work is a ritualistic type of thing. It is something you should do regularly. You should check in with yourself often, and you should keep it to yourself when you do. It should be something, that has a bit of secrecy to it. It's like you're in this place where you're finding out the temple secrets. And when he's talking about temple secrets, he's talking about, of course, you, your body, your temple, your brain, your mind, your heart, your chakras. How does it all work? How does it all tie in together? And you could be in this place of isolation, but it's so that you can do observation, and you could be like misreading that, you know what I mean? Like you're paying for some sort of karma or some sort of lesson or something. And that's just not what it is, baby. You deserve every single thing that's to come. You don't have anything to pay for, just only stuff to heal, And some might say doing that healing is the price that you pay for the beautiful future that you're meant to have, And if you ask me, that's not a high price, because at the end of the day, it works for you. Gorgeous. What's the final thought on this reading, Archangel Michael? We got life energy, okay? So it says the happy fairy of sunshine, and we got moderation right here and protection under that. It says the happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. Perfect. So these stayed down there, okay? Friendship, the magical gateway, okay? So healing from these friendships, these relationships of the past. This is going to have you stepping into a magical gateway where your light is shining so much more brighter, and you really are able to believe in the magic that you already believe in. It's like we hear it and when we first start experiencing it, but it takes us so long before we hear it, and that's why we have to be it takes us so long before we experience it, for we really believe it. And I feel like this is the energy you're coming into, where you're really believing in that magic more, believing in yourself more, but still just, having a little to heal. But you're about to get ready to shine from within, like, people never seen you do. So don't give up on yourself or on your journey, because a lot of people do. They give up and they're like, oh, I can't do this anymore, because things get a little bit too deep or a little bit too emotional. And now they're having to face these big wounds that they convince themselves they're not ready to face. But you're ready, or it wouldn't be coming to your attention. It says the fairy of sunshine comes with an abundance of life-giving light and energy. Perhaps you've been feeling shy or lacking in confidence. If so, this golden fairy says it's your time to shine. Sometimes we hide our light for fear of being seen and feeling vulnerable. This is quite normal, but it serves us neither spiritually nor physically. Light also exposes any issues lurking in the shadows that need to be healed and released. Allowing this process to happen, once these issues are revealed, there's no need to dwell upon them anymore. Recognize and release them and then move on. This process is essential for spiritual growth. Radiating our natural light makes us feel good, and it can inspire others to shine their inner light too. Maybe the fairy of sunshine is saying you need to get more vitamin D from sunlight. Perhaps a mini holiday to a sunny location, okay? It says perhaps a mini holiday to a sunny location is just what the fairy of sunshine ordered. It says she may also be telling you that if someone feels like a ray of sunshine in your life, keep them close. Or she may be calling you to be a ray of sunshine in someone else's life. Sunlight is healing, but too much of it, okay, moderation. Sunlight is healing, but too much of it can be harmful. So, on a practical level, be sensible when you sunbathe and use sun protection made from natural, ideally organic ingredients to protect your skin, but also that same type of energy when it comes to healing and when it comes to these light energies. Yes, this light energy can be beautiful and it can be healing, but also it can be kind of overwhelming, and if you don't pace yourself and do the shadow work needed, you can overindulge in that light, happy, fun energy before you're really truly ready, before you even cleared out the shadows, and then you kind of crash because you're like, wow, why aren't I moving forward? Why is then you run into that impatience, that anger, and you start to experience a little bit of negativity. But it's not because you're in a negative place. It's just because spirit wants to like ground you and get you to a place where you're doing your shadow work and staying on top of your things you need to do ritualistically, you know what I mean, in order to keep that last cycle that you work so hard to closed, okay? So with that, my beautiful people, I am done. I hope you have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, okay? That you got something that you needed out of this, and I will see you later. Bye.